Starting with the feet, we're going to open the toes, placing one toe down at a time. We're going to curl the toes under, making a fist, and then fanning the toes open, and again, placing one toe down at a time. Grabbing, opening, just like you're playing the piano. Keeping the feet nice and open, making sure that the feet are underneath your pelvis and parallel. Lengthening the arms straight up towards the ceiling, making sure that the ribs are lifted away from the pelvis. You're going to start to sit yourself back. Opening the sit bones, making sure that the knees are back over the ankles, and then use the glutes to stand yourself up. Inhaling on the way down, and then exhaling as you push your feet into the floor. Making sure that you sit the hips back, making sure that the knees stay directly over the ankles, abdominals in, and then use the glutes to stand yourself up. Inhale on the way down and exhale, press. Again. Lowering in the arms, stepping one foot back, making sure that your feet are still in parallel and that your knee is directly over your ankle, squaring off the hips and making sure that the pubic bone is coming forward. Lengthen your arms straight up towards the ceiling and bending the front knee as we come into a lunge. Inhaling on the way down and then pushing into the floor as you come up. Switching legs, bringing the back leg forward, organizing yourself, bringing the other leg back, knee directly over the ankle, squaring off your hips, tucking the pelvis slightly under, lengthen the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale on the way down, exhale, press. Pressing into the front heel, lifting the abs, making sure that the abs support the pelvis. Bringing both feet together. The exhales with an open mouth opens the channel into the abdominals, and every time that I exhale, it's a wrapping of my transverses, which is my deepest abdominal muscles. So it's not the rectus abdominis and it's not the obliques. It's the muscles that connect from your back to your front. They hold in all your organs, and it's the muscles that create the waistline. So with every exhale, I bring more buoyancy and elasticity to those muscles, drawing them closer and making them stronger. So we're going to come down to the floor, laying straight onto your backs. The pelvis will be in neutral. And we're going to take the hands under the knee, making sure that both the hips are aligned and that the ribs are moving down towards the floor. Shoulders are down, lengthen the leg up towards the ceiling, and then flex, pull the heel down towards your sit bone. Point is to extend, and flex to lower. Inhale as you lengthen the leg, and then exhale as you pull the heel down. circling the ankle, making sure that the lower leg bone stays still. It's as if you're drawing a circle with your toes on the ceiling. Reverse the direction. Lengthen your bottom leg out, making sure that your pelvis is still in neutral, shoulders and arms come down, organizing your pelvis well. Start circling the leg to the outside. The pelvic bowl stays center, making sure that it's not rocking from one side to the other. Inhale as you lower and exhale as you pull the leg towards your head. Keep pressing the bottom supporting leg down to the mat. Pull the leg slightly towards your face. Reverse your direction. Keeping the pelvis in neutral, try not to let the pelvis circle from side to side. Bend the knee into the chest, hug it in toward your chest, give it a good squeeze, holding here, and then let the bottom leg come down. Bring both legs right underneath your pelvis, organize your pelvis in neutral, and lengthen the other leg up towards the ceiling. Point to extend, flex to lower. Start circling the ankle, making sure that the lower leg bone stays still. And reverse. Hands down on the mat. Lengthening the bottom leg out nice and long, organizing the pelvis. And circling the leg, making sure that the pelvis stays in your center. Inhale on the way down and exhaling on the way up. Reversing. Hugging the knee into the chest, give it a squeeze. Lengthening both legs out long, lengthen the arms over the head and flipping onto your side. Lowering the head down onto your arm, making sure the head, the shoulders, the ribs, and the pelvis are in alignment. Lengthen the waistline, creating a space underneath. 90 degrees at the hips and knees, shoulder down the back. Opening and closing the leg, making sure that the hip doesn't rotate back, making sure the hips stay stacked, using the side of the glute. Inhale as you open and exhale as you close. Internal rotate the knees, making sure that the top of the thigh bones come together, and externally rotate. Making sure that the hips stay stacked and the space between the ribs and the hips stay open. Lengthen the leg out long, increase the space between the pelvis and the ribs, making sure the front of the hip is open, and lift and lower the leg. Keep the space between the ribs and the pelvis. Keep the bottom waistline lifted. Drawing the leg forward with the abdominals, flex and draw the leg back behind you with the glutes, making sure the pelvis stays in neutral. Inhale forward and exhale, pull the leg back behind you. Keep the distance between the ribs and the pelvis, bottom waistline lifted as you start to circle the leg. Inhale and exhale, making sure that the abdominals support the pelvis. Reversing. Flipping onto your backs. The working leg comes into an ankle and knee position, and then fold the bottom leg in. Make sure the pelvis stays in neutral, and pull the bottom leg in towards your chest to stretch the piriformis. Cross the knees. Grab the ankles and draw the legs closer into your chest to stretch the outer glute. Lengthen the legs out and then flip onto the other side. Organizing the body, head, shoulders, ribs, and pelvis. Long waistline, bottom waistline is lifted, my ribs are connected, shoulder down the back. Open and closing the top leg, maintaining the neutral pelvis and maintaining one hip over the other. Internally rotate the leg and externally rotate, keeping the abdominals held. Lengthen the leg out, front of the hip is open, bottom waistline is lifted. Lifting and lowering the leg, using the side of the glute. Using the abdominals to pull the leg forward, flex, use the glutes to draw the leg behind you. Inhale. And exhale, pull the leg back. Circling the leg, maintaining the distance between the ribs and the pelvis. Reversing. Flipping onto the back, organizing the pelvis in neutral, crossing ankle to knee, pulling the bottom leg in towards your chest to stretch the piriformis on the other side. Crossing the knees, grabbing the ankles, giving the legs a pull towards the chest to open up the glutes. Lengthening the legs out, arms over the head. Give yourself a stretch before we flip onto our stomachs. Drawing the hands underneath the head, making sure that the back of the neck is really long. Press the pubic bone down and lift the abdominals away from the floor. Lift and lower the legs. Make sure that the lower back stays nice and long. Keep lifting the abdominals away from the floor. Keep pressing the pubic bone down. Opening and closing the legs. Inhale as you open, exhale as you squeeze the top of the thighs together. And relax. Reach those hands over the head, pushing the pelvis back towards the heels. Child's pose. Lengthening the lower back, lengthening the arms over the head. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Good, holding here. Slowly bring the hands back to the knees and roll yourself up.